Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sanaullah and welcome into Sana EG classes. Today we are going to learn inflection. So, what is inflection? Grammatical inflection, sometimes known as accidence or flexion, is the way in which a word is changed or altered in form in order to achieve a new specific meaning. Verbs are the most commonly inflected words, changing form to reflect grammatical tense as well as mood, voice, aspect, speech, and person. And the other parts of speech that can go through the inflection process are noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb. These are known as the declension. So, in simple words, we say conjugation is the inflection of a verb and declension is the inflection of a noun, pronoun, adjective, and adverb. So now let's talk about the conjugation. To make it more easy, let's discuss the individual sections of the conjugation. So first, tense. When we discuss conjugating verbs, we are referring to how a verb changes according to tense. And verbs can only be truly inflected specifically for the simple past tense, such as we asked them for a cup of tea. Using auxiliary verbs and verb participles, we can also create continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous forms of either present, past, or future tense. For instance, we have been living in Quetta since last 10 years. Auxiliary verb have been, she had texted him. Auxiliary verb had. And lastly, I will call her. The auxiliary verb will. Now, second section of the conjugation, aspect. Grammatical aspect is concerned with how an action, state of being, or event occurs in time. We use it with the tense to create specific forms of verbs in relation to time. And remember it that each tense has four aspects: the simple, the continuous, the perfect, and the perfect continuous. So when we form the present continuous tense, for instance, I am standing on the road, we are actually using the continuous aspect of the present tense. Now let's move to the third section of the conjugation, mood. And there are three types of mood: indicative mood, subjunctive mood, and the imperative mood. First, the indicative mood, the mood where we discuss about the reality and fact, including a question. For instance, I took lunch right now. Are you going to visit us this week? Now let's move to the second kind of mood, subjunctive mood, a mood where we talk about hypothetical and unreal situations. For example, I wish we were together. If she were the princess, I would obey her. Third, imperative mood. Imperative mood is used for order, command, request, suggestion, and direction. For example, close the door. Give me a glass of water, please. Now, the fourth section of the conjugation, voice. There are two voices, active and passive. Active voice, where doer or agent of the verb is subject, is called the active voice. For example, he wrote the book. And on the other hand, passive voice, where agent of the verb is object in a sentence, is called passive voice. For instance, the book was written by him. Now, the fifth section of the conjugation, person. Grammatical person refers to whether the subject is the speaker or writer, first person, someone being directly addressed, second person, or a person or thing that is being spoken or written about, third person. Each of these can be either singular or plural, according to which the conjugation, verb inflection, is applied. For example, I walk everywhere, first person singular. He, she, it walks everywhere, third person singular, except the verb be. For example, I am outside, first person singular, present tense. He, she, it is outside, third person singular, present tense. They, you, we are outside, first, second, third person plural, present tense. I, he, she, it was outside, first and third person singular, past tense. They, you, we were outside, first, second and third person plural, past tense. Phew. Now let's move to the last section of the conjugation or verb inflection. Speech. Speech refers to quotation of or reference to something said or written by someone else. And there we have this direct and indirect speech. First, direct speech, when we say exactly what someone said and put it in quotation marks, like Ali said, I will buy a computer. And on the other hand, indirect speech, when we say something in our own words, what someone said, and don't put it in quotation marks. Likewise, Ali said that he would buy a computer. That's all about the conjugation, inflection of a verb. Now let's move to the second kind of inflection, the declension. While conjugation only deals with the inflection of a verb, declension covers the inflection of a noun, pronoun, adjective, and adverb. First, declension of a noun. Generally, we only decline nouns to mark plurality. That is, whether there is more than one person, place, or thing being discussed, such as books, cups, cities, boys, watches, and bottles. Second, declension of pronoun. For the most part, only personal pronouns are subject to inflection. We decline personal pronouns based on grammatical person, number, gender, and case. And this table will provide a quick breakdown of various personal pronouns. And now, lastly, declension of adjectives and adverbs. We decline both adjectives and adverbs in the same way to create comparative and superlative forms. As the name suggests, comparative adjectives and adverbs are used to compare two people or things. Superlative adjectives and adverbs, on the other hand, identify someone or something with the highest or lowest degree of certain attribute. And we inflect these modifiers by adding the suffix r or er to form the comparative degree and st or est to form the superlative degree. These are known as the degrees of comparison. And now let's look at some examples. Adjectives: sharp, sharper, and sharpest. Likewise, the adverbs: fast, faster, and fastest. So that's all I've got for today. We'll meet in the next class. Till the time, take care, stay positive, and ta-da for now.